I will be making two versions. One is a developing country and one is a developed country conversation where I have invited 20 experts on water, and I curated this dinner, which was curated in every best possible way about water. The Ayurvedic food was being served because I think. All the five elements which are there in the food are in us. So that's what the basic was to start with. And then I invited the 20 experts from activist background, environmentalist background, researchers, scientists, and academicians to talk about water, to have this conversation about water so that we can combine the facts and the fiction in that film. So this was the dinner table design for the, mimicking the map of the Hudson River, because I think if we talk about the history of chemicals in the water around the planet, it's very high, and we cannot go back to the clean water anymore. And all over the world, we don't have much of a clean water other than the 7%. I don't want to scare you all, but that's the reality of the water. But these are some of the stills from the video which we'll be making, and it will be a multi-channel video work where everybody who was there, they have given their expert views about water and what and how we can do we can sustain the water on the planet for a living. So, we have a lot of ship communication through the sea, and we travel and we ship our stuff, even art for that matter. My art also carries a lot of carbon footprint. But the sulfuric base oil is being used for the ships, and that's very dangerous for the sea, and that's one of the cause where the sea is heating up. So I think we don't even know many things about the kind of waterways we are using, and the fuel we are using, and the ballast water which is being thrown by the ships while traveling from one country to another country, because they fill their the containers with water and they bring the water to the other country. So how that changes the biodiversity of the whole water, the sea levels, the marine life is completely disturbed because of that. So I think there are lots of things we are unaware as people. Those news never come out, or we are not concerned because the water issues are not important. Maybe there are other things we focus on, other kind of violences, but I think this is the biggest violence right now Earth is facing. So yeah, art can bridge the gap. So art, writing, storytelling, community workshops, I think these are the answers to convey the stories. And there are a lot of NGOs and lots of organizations. They are working around the natural resources and the scarcity, so they are conveying these issues. But I think sometimes people find it little boring, if I'm borrowing that word. So it's art becomes very accessible to people, and I think we can tell the stories in a very emotional way. So for me, aesthetics is the best answer to kind of convey the problems of present scenarios. So that's where I come from. Yeah.